Hi, this is Isaac, and I'm going to be talking about in-flight emergencies. I'm going to key on the order of operations in that first is to aviate, second to navigate, and lastly to communicate. So first thing we'll be talking about is the basics and the rarity of an emergency. So the good thing about an emergency is they're pretty rare. You don't have to worry about them happening too often. And I know nobody wants to admit it, but most accidents or emergencies that happen are the pilot's fault. And the small amount of emergencies that happen um, is the pilot's fault. And actually, according to the National Transportation Safety Board, 85% of emergencies are because of the pilot. And so, I always say, stick to the same thing, aviate, navigate, communicate. And something I think is good to think about is to hit the rewind button. So if you just change something or you knock something, or you change something on purpose, that might be the cause of the emergency. So whatever you just did, hit the rewind button, figure out what it was, see if you change it back to what it was originally, if that'll help fix the emergency. The type of emergency that I'll be talking about is an engine failure. So this is what to do in case of an engine failure while in a Cessna 172. Um, so first things first, always aviate. So in case of an engine failure, land back down on any runway still available to you. And if no runway is available, check 30 degrees to both sides of the nose so you can land on any field around you. Also, you should get to the best glide speed. The best glide speed is 68 knots. Next thing we're going to talk about is to navigate. Like I said, you got to find a field best for you to land in. So that brings me to the next point. Let's say you're 1,000 feet in the air or above, and you experience an engine failure. What you need to do is find the best field for you to land in, and you need to keep the glide speed for 68. And if you need to, like, let's say, turn left to get to the best field, that one field that you feel good about, you can turn, that's okay, but it shouldn't be aggressive. You need to gentle controls and stuff like that. And once you pick a point on the field, you got a field, you got a point on the field, you got to stick to that point. Don't waver. Stick to your spot you picked. Stick with your gut, and you can circle around your spot if you need to. Kind of make a little traffic pattern for yourself, and you could even use one notch of flaps maybe, just to make everything feel as normal as possible, and try to just make it seem like you're coming in for a landing regularly on a runway, and everything is going smooth, normal, and you decided to use flaps. Okay, so next is communicate. And the reason to communicate is you just want to let everyone know, especially anyone around you, that, hey, there's a problem here. Steer clear. I'm not in 100% control of this aircraft. And you can also use people on the radio to help you. And if things get confusing because there's too many people talking to you at once, just say, hey, I'm going to talk to this one person. It's just going to be me and you. And we're going to be talking. You can help me. And so you squawk 7700 and you say, mayday, mayday, mayday. You state the location and what your intentions are, what you plan on doing, and also the souls on board. So communicating is important, but it's not the most important thing. They can't do much for you. Anyone you're talking to the radio, they can't really do a lot. They can help you run through a checklist or help you, they can walk you through something, but physically, it's not like they can do anything for you. So you need to make sure that you stay flying the plane. That's the most important thing. All right, so overall, you and your passenger's safety is the most important thing. And, it's good to try and save the airplane as well. But if you should never put the airplane's safety before your own. And they might go hand in hand together, but your safety is the most important thing. And like I said before, communicating is good, and it's important to do, but communicating and checklists, stuff like that, those aren't the most important thing. Your safety is, and you need to follow, aviate, navigate, and then communicate. It's not communicating, you can't just rely on everybody else. You are the pilot and you got to fly the plane yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just aviate, navigate, and communicate.